meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Paget Brewster is our guest tonight. Paget was on the show a year and a half ago. When was The Trouble with Normal?
Yeah, it was a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm touched that you remember.
You know, I'll tell you, Drew, and I'll tell you what, I don't remember anyone's name who does this show. Yes?
Including your own, yeah?
No, I know my name.
Oh.
Ace Rockola.
That's right.
But I don't remember any of the guest names.
Yes.
Like, who did I introduce myself to for the third or fourth time? Janine Garofalo.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I introduced myself to her. She was on the TV show twice and on the radio show twice. I introduced myself to her. But you, my dear, I remembered.
Well, that's it. Wait, you introduced yourself to her because you didn't remember meeting her?
Right.
No.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
She's great.
Nice to meet you, I said. I didn't
Oh.
say she was bad. I just, I didn't remember
But she
her
might
doing the
like
show.
she might like Bad Boys.
It was me with, what was the
what
band?
The hell was that?
She likes bad boys, but not stupid guys.
What was the band I met 47 times?
Oh, yeah, Crystal Method. That's the band, Drew. Yeah, we meet a lot of people, and it all just falls into a category of I see the person and I think I'm like a dog. Like, do I remember liking them or not liking them? But I remember liking you,
that's
and
nice.
I remembered your name.
Which
And
is-
I think part of it was John Cryer, who was also in The Trouble with Normal, lives across the street from me. So
That's right.
I just gave him a blowjob. Whoops.
yeah, that's him.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, I get a cup of sugar, he gives me a blowjob. That's how it works. What? I'm sorry, Paget.
No,
Go
no.
ahead.
I was responding to the disembodied voice that pops in. Biatch.
I just
think
gave
was
him a
said earlier.
blowjob. Whoops.
That was John Cryer.
Now who is?
That's John Cryer.
No, it's not.
Yes,
That's
it is.
John Cryer. Yes.
Play a little more
Can I
John
hear
Cryer.
it again?
Yeah, go ahead. Anderson.
I just gave him a blowjob. Whoops.
Oh my God!
Sounds like
It is
John,
John. It is John Cryer.
Stucky boy. Paget, by the way, is on Andy Richter Controls the Universe, which is a very, very funny show, which is probably not found the audience it deserves at this stage.
But I think we're up 15% in our retention.
That's
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't understand the numbers.
Yeah, there's lots of weird numbers in TV, but there are good shows that don't immediately get the audience they deserve. Historically, there's been dozens of them, and then there's shows, and Fox has been pretty good with sticking with stuff like 24, where
Well, Fox has been great to us. I mean, now they have us on 2 nights a week now.
Wow.
For December, we're on Tuesdays at 8:30 also, as well as Sundays at 9:30. So they've been, and they didn't even have to, honestly, they didn't have to order us. We got the same numbers as other shows that they didn't pick up, and they picked us up, I think, because they liked us, and we all showed up on time and were nice, and the critics liked our show, so they picked us up again, which was nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately, it's better, if it just becomes a coin toss in ratings, we might as well put the good show, the funny show,
I'm with you.
the show that's better than the other show. And people, and Drew and I have spoken about this many times, I think this kind of stuff is subjective. Well, who's to say that this is better than that? I mean, if this makes you laugh, then how could it be, oh, you a-holes are retarded? Of course there's better. Of course. There has to be. There's better, just like there's better wines and better cigars, better paintings, better music.
How dare you? How dare you?
Please.
Oh,
Now, wait a
what
minute.
did I stumble on? What,
Just
are you going to have a
because
fight?
you like a certain cigar.
Some people like cake and not pie.
Listen, here's what it is. There's good and there's bad, and then there's stupid and there's dumb. Dumb likes bad. That's how it works. Smart likes good. It's not opinions.
But don't you think there are shows on TV that are very smart and very funny and they do well, and then there are shows that are just god awful and they do well too? That's
Yes.
Because there are lots of smart people, lots of dumb people.
No, some good usually prevails, but once in a while, good gets shot in the back, and there are examples of that out there. Like I really particularly was fond of The Family Guy, on Fox. And I don't know if if you make it 3 seasons or 2.5 seasons, I don't know. I mean, maybe that is a success these days.
In a way, you're making the
2
case.
seasons, yeah. That's a success.
You're making the case for any other sort of artistic impression, like if somebody stood behind the Impressionists until they were accepted by people.
Right.
As opposed to people in F.
Right. I don't know what you're saying, Drew, but
He lost me, too.
yeah, let's just
But I'm
move
so
forward.
pleased to meet you. I'm going to shake your hand.
Nice to meet you.
You didn't meet...
No, he was on the road.
Yes.
He called in. So it's nice.
You never
It's nice
quite
to
know how often Drew is out of the studio until legions of guests pour in here that I'm intimate with, and Drew's never met them before. Oh yes, and we get paid the same. So anything else to plug besides Andy Richter Controls the Universe?
The new issue of Barracuda is on the stands, and I shoot the pinup girls for Barracuda magazine.
You shoot them?
Yeah. I take their picture.
I mean, you're a photographer,
Yeah.
or there's a picture of you taking the picture?
No, I shoot all of the pinup girls for Barracuda magazine that are in LA or can get to LA. The ones in Canada and New Hampshire, they get their boyfriends to take their pictures and they send them in.
Really?
I think you can get it at Tower. And
Can I be honest? I'm not familiar with Barracuda.
no, that's all right.
What is that? What is it?
It's a 70s muscle
specialty
car.
zine. No, it's
Chrysler
a 50s.
puts it out. They put it at a 440. Also, the Hemi ones are very popular. And if you can get a convertible, it's a car
Kind
that's
of like a Roadrunner?
Nash Bridges.
Like a Roadrunner.
A
Smaller.
Cuda, the car
yeah, it's the same with
itself.
Challenger. Same frame as the Challenger. So Nash Bridges drove that.
Got it. Took pictures of cars. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Did he really?
No. He did drive a Barracuda. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not in Nash Bridges.
Yeah. Canary yellow
No.
Barracuda. Do you like Barracudas?
I like the fish. I like the cars. I don't like that Nash Bridges is driving one. That's a shame. I didn't realize.
Cheech and Don this week.
Oh dear.
There's a drug deal and fugitive in town, and
And he showed up
Cheech
in a-
got to take
in a
him down.
Cuda.
Yeah, he's driving a. I always like. By the way, I always like the. I like the TV shows where the guy's undercover, but he's driving the canary yellow vintage muscle car, and he's
Orange.
driving around.
Bright orange.
It's canary yellow, Drew,
Yeah,
but
all right.
he's wearing a bright orange blazer and an ascot. Like, really? This is undercover work? Why don't you just light sparklers off? Why don't you put like a Piccolo Pete up your ass and light that off and go up and down, get a clown wig and some rollerblades? Like, this is undercover work, huh? Like nobody doesn't know the guy in the canary yellow convertible Barracuda.
Well, see, he's so much like the people on the street that he sort of blends in.
No.
He's so comfortable.
so street.
Yeah, he's so street. He's so
No,
comfortable
no.
that they couldn't possibly identify
doesn't.
him in the crowd of people
No.
with yellow cars.
I never know how that works. I never know, like, Nash Bridges, was on the air for like 6-7 years, or Walker Texas Ranger. These shows. Who's watching these shows? What goes on? I don't know a human being that's ever seen one of these shows ever.
It's the action hour stuff. It was the same.
Is that what it is?
Baywatch was on forever, and
Yeah, but
Enterprise.
who was?
That's got some TNA in it. Who's watching Walker Texas Ranger? Like,
enough that one goes on for 8 years and other shows.
Yeah, Touched
Family
by an
Guy's gone.
Angel. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hour-long.
Unacceptable.
I know.
There you go.
I know, Ashley. And then you get your Caroline in the Cities anomalies, which are like Caroline in the Cities on the air for like 5-6 seasons. And this is a sitcom that should be playing in the background of a movie. Like, if you're shooting a movie and you need a sitcom to play on the TV while you're shooting the scene, that's about all it would be good for. It's not an actual sitcom. If people actually watch it like a sitcom, they just have to be 10 kinds of high.
By the way, the sitcoms these days, I'm getting so distracted by the writing. The way people speak in a sitcom have become convention. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not the way people speak. Not
It's
even
become
close.
its own world.
It's its own.
It could
its
only
own,
ever happen in a sitcom.
People
and
only talk like that in sitcoms. That's
Right.
right. It's a way of speaking that does not exist in reality.
And
True.
yeah, you get your precocious 7-year-olds speaking like they're Tony Randall, and nobody bats an eye. Like, I'd be like, holy Christ, did you hear what this kid said? And then people try to move ahead with the dialogue, and I'd be going, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Look, did you hear what the kid said? He said 22 skidoo. That's an adage from the 20s. How do you know this? Wait a minute, kid, who you been not talking to. I'd get fixated
And,
on it.
and
Would
always the elderly gal talking dirty.
would never go away. Right. No one.
Grandma's always going to be a foul mouth.
Nobody laughs, by the way, at the brilliant dialogue. Ashley?
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like Drew when I deliver my sermons over here.
Hello?
You're 17?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, I've been dating this 22-year-old, I'm actually almost 18, for, let's say, about 6 months now. And we've kind of had an open relationship. The first month wasn't, and I decided that it probably should be. And about 3 weeks ago, one of his other girlfriends, because he decided he only wanted to, walked in on us.
Decided
And-
what? He decided.
He only wanted 2 girlfriends.
Yes. And she walked in on us. And after that, I kind of decided, look, this is kind of weird. Anyway, he said he wasn't going to be with anybody else, and that was fine with me. And then I thought about it. No, you can be with other people. Just don't put me in that situation again. And then 2 nights ago, he wanted to go to college with me.
All right, wait a minute. How old is the guy?
He's 22 and she's 17.
And how old
I'm
is
almost I'll be 18 in 10 days.
All right.
All right, how old's the other girl?
20, almost 21.
And why is it okay with you?
He's only known her for like 2 weeks.
Why is it okay with you to have for him to have other people?
Because we dated single-handedly, and neither of us can handle that with each other right now. But we can't be away from each other. Like whenever he's dating.
Well, let
somebody
me
else,
translate that. Hold on a second.
Okay.
He can't handle that. He doesn't want to have a girlfriend.
Well, no, he'll say that to me, but he wants to be with me. Like if I break it up, he calls every day.
Yeah, because he knows you'll cave in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pliable that
Yeah,
way.
you're 17. He's he's just abusing you basically. He's manipulating you.
Oh, I've stayed away for like 4 weeks, and he called and he sent me flowers and roses, and I stayed away. But we shared the same friends.
Actually, that's a manipulation.
Well, why are you staying away if this is all cool with you?
Oh, because I stayed away because of the reason we broke up the first time, and then I was like, why not?
What was the reason you broke up the first time?
Oh, that reason.
Oh, the reason. What was the reason you broke up the first time?
Because I thought I was pregnant, and he didn't handle that correctly, and so.
All right. What?
Does he make you happy at all? Because it doesn't sound like you're really
we had
getting.
a great time together.
He's
No, we had a
great.
blast
He's
together.
great. How dare you, Paget? He's a wonderful, wonderful individual. What
You
branch
don't
of
sound so good.
what field of construction is this a-hole in?
He's a manager at the cell phone company down.
Aha! I don't trust those guys. Almost as bad as the pager guys. Okay, so what happened? Where's your dad? When did he skip out?
My dad?
Yeah.
When I was like 6 months old, and I was my stepdad and my mother.
Yeah, what's up with your stepdad?
Oh, he's pretty cool. It's awesome.
But
It's awesome.
and you have no relationship with your original dad, the biological dad.
No.
It's just amazing the way that affects women. Even though she never really had a bond with him, it's still.
Yeah, no, and I try not to.
Yeah, but just knowing that there's a guy out there who's your biological father, who's one half of your parents, who doesn't care if he ever sees you again, has got to have a long-lasting emotional effect on you, even if stepdad came in and wasn't a bad guy.
Or it can have a long-lasting effect. And we're seeing the evidence of that in how you conduct yourself with this guy who is unavailable and using you like some sort of...
Dish rag.
No, yeah. He's doing whatever he pleases, and you're kind of rationalizing it as though you're talking yourself into participating with him because you like what you do get, and you're willing to tolerate all that in order to get the good stuff. But the good stuff is not real either.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all BS.
So just why don't you stay out of this? Just find a
Okay.
regular guy.
Get somebody, if you were actually to get pregnant, who might actually care about you, what happens
No,
to you.
well,
when
I'm not. No, I'm not. So.
Yeah, but if you were to get pregnant again, how about having a guy that actually cared enough to step up to the plate and
Yeah.
show you some tenderness in the face of a crisis, as opposed to this guy who undoubtedly went out with his other girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he dumped her after that. He was like, I can't believe you walked in on her and how you treated her after that.
Yeah, he'll find another one.
He dumped her?
Yeah, he dumped her.
He dumped her after she walked
Yeah, but
in on them.
Just
together.
stop for a second. Imagine who this other girl is.
Yeah.
And
I know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ashley, listen, stop defending this guy as a world-class prick, all right? All right, your dad split. Now get over it, would you?
Yeah.
And if anything, just use birth control so you
Please.
don't
Oh, I
pollute
am.
the world
Please,
with screwed up
condoms,
kids.
please.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Good times.
Oh, God. These broads drive me nuts with their defense of these
Yeah.
guys. It's great.
I can't believe how you nail. I mean, I get you guys probably touch people like this all the time. When did your dad leave? Well, when I was 6.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that threw me. That's what you see over and over again?
It's an absolute pattern.
Dad skips out.
Dad leaves, unavailable men become her life. That's
because Dad was unavailable, that's what she's drawn to?
Right. She has to try to correct that. She has to reconnect with that person that she idealized and wanted to fuse to and loved. I mean, that's her idea of her attachment.